Elizabeth from Colorado, USA, asks the following question. You wrote, "The signs of Sahaja Samadhi are unbroken peace and happiness, and the fulfillment of all desires in a display of divine energy." I'm wondering if you could expand a bit on this relationship between spiritual and material abundance. What is the universal law of infinite supply, and how does it work? And in relation to desire spontaneously materializing, what is the source of these desires, and to whom do they materialize? That is, who enjoys them? Most generally, is the appearance of limited resources in all cases simply a result of ignorance, of perception still clouded by dualistic assumptions? So, dear Elizabeth, let's take your questions one at a time. You say, I said, the signs of Sahaja Samadhi are unbroken peace and happiness, and the fulfillment of all desires in a display of divine energies. If there is no longer identification with a separate body-mind organism, there are no longer personal desires. All the thoughts, all the activities that arise directly out of this presence, out of the universal power, if you will. So that which creates the desire has the means to fulfill it. The world that surrounds us, that in ignorance appear to be foreign to us and hostile to some extent, becomes very friendly. All these impersonal desires, sooner or later, materialize. That experience of the divine energies cannot be understood from the vantage point of a limited entity. You ask, what is the relationship between spiritual and material abundance? There is only spiritual abundance. Everything is spiritual. Nothing is really material. And of course, as long as you make this distinction between the spiritual and the material, there will be spiritual abundance, perhaps, and material scarcity. But the moment you understand everything is spiritual, this compartmentalization comes to an end. And the material, that which used to be the material aspect of your life, becomes spiritualized. And although, as long as it was seen as being material, as long as there was this compartmentalization, there was the impression of, or the belief in, a finite supply. As the material realm becomes spiritualized, these limitations disappear. The law, if you will, of abundance, I could make an analogy with physics. In physics, we have the law of conservation of matter and energy, which states that for a closed system, energy and matter is conserved. There is no increase, there is no decrease. The proponent of the principle often fail to see that it applies only to closed system. If the system is open, there is no longer conservation of energy, since there can be exchange of energies with the outside. As long as you see this universe as material, you have closed, you have put it in a box, in the box of matter. It is not subtle, for instance, and moreover, and most importantly, it's not spiritual. And it will behave to your eyes. It will stay obediently within the box you have boxed it in. At the moment you open the box to infinity, things change. A transformation on your perspective of the world that surrounds you will bring about a different behavior, a different revelation of the world. It will become a permanent miracle. That's what I wish for you. Thank you for your question.